Yo, 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 yo. Pronounce it like the letter, don't say it at all. It's your boy S, and this is BARZ Wrestling Media. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for more content. Coming up next, we are TikTok Live, and we're going to have an open forum discussion about all these WWE releases and so much more. Coming up next, BARZ Wrestling Media. Yeah, it's your boy S.
VO got that sound, boy.
About to stack up them commas. We
Yeah,
back.
buddy. That's
We back. Yeah, man, you was right, bro. You was right. You was like we was talking about it last night. We seen
I
the
mean, when you think about it, Hurt Syndicate, they hurt people. WWE, we cut people.
You're
We
right.
cut people. Like that's literally what they've been doing is cutting people. And I said, I was just telling. I don't know if he was in the live that I was in. This girl who I guess she knows WWE. I think her name is Diamond Dallas or Mad Honey or something like that. I
Mm-hmm.
said, don't be surprised if Dakota Kai, along with Cora Jade, don't be surprised if Shanna Baszler are not cut. You need to shut the up because you don't even know. Like, do you work for the company? I'm like, first off, I don't have to work for the company to not know that they're gonna get cut. Next thing you know, literally today, I get a DM from both of them. I'm so sorry. I say, yeah, exactly. Sometimes you have to shut the up and realize if you have NXT, if you haven't wrestled in over a month, you're getting cut. WWE is 90 days. NXT is 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen Shayna Baszler for 30 days. We didn't
You
see Cora Jade for 30 days.
you know what surprised me though? Dakota Kai, because we seen Dakota Kai a few times since she
But
had
remember,
returned.
Dakota Kai, we already knew that was about to happen because of the tweet that she sent out when she said, "Oh, I'm not injured."
Yeah.
So that
So
let
they
us know, okay, yeah, you out.
so they just took her off of TV. You know what really annoyed me about that too? She was really coming into her own about her character. You understand what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm saying
Hmm.
that because we seen different phases of Dakota Kai. We seen the goth Dakota Kai. We seen the old happy-go-lucky Dakota Kai, and finally she was taking heed to her culture of who she really was, because I ain't never seen Dakota Kai the way she looked in that picture. I never seen her like that before. I,
And
I
now that
lied
was the
to you.
glow up. That was the glow up right there.
Yeah, I honestly thought it was a different person, bro. I thought it was a different person altogether. I was like, yo, who is that? They said it's Dakota Kai. I said, that's not Dakota Kai.
Yeah, that. That's what happened. Someone said Dakota Kai, the new Dakota Kai. This is what happens when you have creative control. I
Wow.
said exactly because she was
Hey
looking
yo,
good. I was like,
hey yo. First of all, boss, I want to say thanks for letting me up. If I could just jump in for a second, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, every time we see Dakota Kai and we think we're getting somewhere with her, it always comes to a halt.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying that she. I think we all saw the same picture, and I think all of us it opened our eyes a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think that's something that's going to be maintained throughout the WWE? Honestly.
When you say maintain, like as far as like them releasing folks.
No, just them allowing people to sometimes be what could be the best version of themselves, which is probably the real them. You know,
Honestly,
I think we all just saw the real Dakota Kai without the WWE version look of her.
yeah.
So I think that's what caught our attention.
Mm-hmm.
So how many? Respectfully, I'm watching SmackDown right now, and Aleister Black made his return, and I gotta tell you, it's cool and all, but I like that Malachi Black look better on him. It just there's something a little different, and I saw him come out as Aleister Black, and I just went again, same old. There's no evolution, nothing different about him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, at what point do you say, you know what? Maybe we need to let some of these wrestlers have be a little more them. You don't have to give them complete creative control, but at least start taking their ideas of what they need to be in context.
Well, do you know what the problem is with WWE when it comes to that is that WWE has to monopolize everything. If they
They
don't
do.
have creative control over everything, then that means that they're not the ones that's going to be putting the wrestler over. The wrestler's going to be putting over themselves. The fans are going to be pushing them to go over, and so forth and so on. That's what that means. I mean, we have seen it all this year. How many wrestlers have we seen put themselves over? Dominic Mysterio put himself over. That wasn't WWE. That was Dominic Mysterio doing that by himself. The funny thing is that he has his pops to back him. These other guys don't. These other guys and girls don't have nobody to like give them the backing and the support. They're kind of just like on an island by themselves. So when we see somebody like Dakota Kai shows her true colors, I'm like, damn. Like I didn't even like who would have thought that that's how she looked outside of the ring.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, you wouldn't appreciate somebody like that coming to the ring? Who would?
Man.
I don't think anybody expected that. Conscious, you saw what's up. Did you expect that? I don't know if he's there.
Honestly, honestly, Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill versus Nia Jackson Naomi. Ah, good match. That'd be a good match. So here's my thing with the whole WWE cuts. And this is where like I said to you, bars. I've said this for mad times already.
Mm-hmm.
This is no surprise to me due to the fact that the WWE, they don't care about talent. Because if they cared about talent, then they would have done something about that. You had Shayna Baszler. They basically doing her like how they did Ronda Rousey. You came from UFC, you came to WWE, all right, you can get out of here too. Now, with Cora Jade, Gigi Duplin, who else? Dakota Kai, I could see them going to Indies or even AEW. But if I was AEW, I would not choose on getting new ring talent. I wouldn't like want to sign them just yet. Let them explore the world before they decide to, come over to like AEW or WWE. However, like I kept telling people, this is no surprise. When they signed Aleister Black, Rusev, and they signed Jeff Cobbs, it's like, come on, you should have known this was gonna happen. You signed Jeff Cobbs and you signed Rusev for those two guys. Basically, Braun Strowman is the price of both of them. So guess what? This is your third time, Braun Strowman. Now you're out. You're gone.
Well, we haven't
But
even
really
seen
quick,
Jeff
bars,
Cobb
really quick,
yet.
bars, really quick. Shayna
Hmm.
Baszler was released.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shayna Baszler was released. Yeah.
Shayna Baszler gone too.
Talk
I
about the most underappreciated talent.
All right, so I'm gonna read the list to you because I got the list on my other screen. So I'm gonna read the list
Yeah.
to y'all. So the following has been released by WWE: Braun Strowman, Dakota Kai, Cora Jade, Shayna Baszler, Eddie Thorpe, Katana Chance, and Caden Carter, Gigi Doyne, Riley Osborne, and Jakara Jackson. Those are the ones that's been released.
Jakara's kind of surprising because I really thought she was going to come up with Lash.
That's
Mm-mm.
what I
I,
thought
I I
too.
I could tell. I could tell it wasn't gonna work because when you look at Lash and Jakara Jackson, they were more in tune with Lash Legend. They're more
Without
in
a
tune with
doubt.
her. They're more in tune with like even though Jakara was good, you could tell and look, yeah, like Lash give me Megan the Stallion. She gives me that Megan the Stallion vibe, but she's tall and she's also a female wrestler who can handle other competitors. Like you can put her up against the Nia Jax, the Jay
Yeah.
Cargills, the
Hmm.
Rhea Ripleys, the Charlottes. You could put her up
Money.
against those ladies.
She's
Like
money.
OJ said, she's money. Like literally, she's money. With Jakara, it's more like, maybe you should go to Indies, get more
Conscious,
work,
No,
and then come
go to
back.
conscious. It's
Japan.
not
Go
the
to
fact.
TNA. Go to TNA
It's not the
Japan.
fact that Jakara it's not the fact that Lash is just physically bigger. We all know that, but you would have at least thought, hey, if you're going to bring in Lash, bring her up with Jakara so you can start her off. Let their tag team get a little traction before you separate Lash. Because once
But
you separate Lash, she can go straight to the top.
You know who I won with Bianca or Naomi. It could have just been like,
no, 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 no. Do not do that. Do not do that. Leave Bianca and Naomi right where they at because if they trying to so called do this Destiny's Child breakup storyline,
Yeah,
they
let it
don't need to
play
be
out.
with. Yeah, they let them play that out. Because right now, what WWE's trying to do, WWE, if we all look at it, they don't really have any women's tag teams right now.
yeah,
The women's like they don't really like it's almost like WWE is saying we don't care about the women's division right
you
now.
released
So
them,
I
man. You
think
released the tag
so
team.
if
Man.
no, so here's the thing: if they're gonna do something, if they're gonna do something, I would think that the reason why they're getting rid of these people, the only thing that would make it better for them is if they were to create new tag teams factions within the company with the new people that they have who they're keeping. So whoever they're keeping on both SmackDown, Raw, and NXT, then I suggest if you want to see more factions, I think WWE needs to utilize and capitalize on the talent that they have now and create some factions. Otherwise, it's gonna look like you're basically shitting on women in the company, and yet the women are the ones that's been carrying the company for like the past 2 to 3 years.
And that
Factions
tag team
isn't
was
always their thing, no conscience.
Yeah.
Realistically, factions has never been heavy in the WWE for other than a period they had during the Attitude Era. It's never really factions have never really carried the WWE. Yes,
It's
they
hit
had
or
the
miss.
Bloodline. Yes, they have Judgment Day. They have the New Day, but that's minor in the grand scheme of things. Factions
Yeah.
isn't really quite their stronghold.
yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree. Like, and tag teams are not their stronghold neither. They don't even promote the tag teams right neither. So
Facts.
yeah,
The
so
women, man, like you got rid of those two women. I mean, they could have been the tag team champions.
I
Paige
just want
Carter.
But remember, like we said, but when you think about it, in the aspect of them as a company, Lachey, I'm sorry, yeah, out of both of them, Lash Legend, Jakara, yeah,
bars. Why? Why get rid of Shayna? Shayna seemed like there was so much to work with there.
She could have been your work
Now,
champion. She could have been your
now
worker.
I gotta be honest. I think she's a natural fit in the AEW, especially with Marina over there. They can throw
yeah,
her right into the ops and have her go straight out with Marina
yeah. I think I
because that's
think
her
it.
girl.
I definitely think that she will fit better in AEW because her and Marina Shafir, they all were in a faction together before they went to
Yeah.
Before
they split.
WWE.
Yeah, they all
Yeah.
were together with Ronda Rousey, all of them.
Did
You know what I
Jessamine
mean?
Duke? Did Jessamine Duke?
Yeah, yeah, all of them were together. So I wouldn't be surprised if she decided at one time to uh to go to AEW and possibly get herself, you know what I mean, in that
She was
storyline with the ops.
Boss, she was there. Once she beat Ronda Rousey clean in the ring, all they had to do is turn her attention to the women's title. It
Yeah.
was there for the taking.
yeah, but
Mhm.
that's also remember, yeah, Key, I don't know how you say his name, Key or whatever. XB said, and also because she's in her 40s, I feel like once again, we know what WWE is. They look at money. They don't really. It's like, okay, yeah, you could be the product, but are you the product that's going to bring in the bucks?
Yeah, let's
Well,
be
If you're
honest.
not
the
bringing the
She don't have a
the
bag,
certain
and
look.
here's the difference
She don't have
between
a certain look, y'all.
WWE and AEW. WWE is an entertainment show. We all know that. It's an
Mhm.
entertainment show about wrestling. AEW is a wrestling show.
Mhm.
You know, the best wrestler doesn't get the titles in the WWE. That's we all know that. It's money based.
Yeah.
AEW is, you know what? If you can show me that you earned it and you are the best wrestler, we will reward you. It
That's
is what it
true.
is.
That's true. Hey, I want to hear what Angel and OTR got to say about
For
this.
sure.
Angel, what's good? You could go
Hmm.
first.
Hey, we knew this was coming. Been saying it for a while. We
Mhm.
said it last. I said it last night. Like
Mhm.
it's inevitable. It happens every time after WrestleMania and right around Backlash time. I'm not shocked about Shayna, I'm gonna be honest, because they didn't push her when she was in Bloodsport the first time and she showcased her skills and she ran through. They didn't push her after Elimination Chamber and she ran through that roster. And the only reason they didn't do it was because she don't have the Barbie look. It's plain and simple. They could have pushed her the moment she got out of NXT and they didn't do it. Um, so I mean, last time we even really truly saw her, aside from social media, was in the Royal Rumble. That's it. Um, so I'm surprised she didn't get cut when what's her name got cut. Sonya, when she got cut. I'm surprised that group didn't go. I don't think the cuts are done. I am very shocked on a few of the NXT one. I'm shocked Gigi Dolan got cut for one.
Yeah, they could have done something with that.
Yeah, they definitely a few of them was a shocker.
Yeah,
You know who
Jakata
I'm
as well. Like I'm shocked that she was cut. Especially like now we know why Metaphor is no longer together. I don't think it's done though. I think there's still gonna be at least one other round. Especially the main roster. The only guy you dropped was Braun Strowman. Like,
Yeah.
why'd you drop Ethan Thorpe or Eddie Thorpe? Was he like your scapegoat? What he did, what you asked, and then this is what he gets. Like it's just a lot of it is just weird. Like it doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, like I mean, especially Cora Jade. I mean, what the fuck was that? Like that was even surprising there. That was supposed to be the next Blue Sky, and she was gone. So a lot of them I am surprised, a few of them. But on the main roster, not really. Like those were the ones I expected. I'm just shocked they obviously didn't happen sooner, but kind of is what it is. But I think there's going to be more. I mean, you have Cobbs coming in. That's a huge, money contract right there. And I'm sure like there's a few more. The thing that I will be waiting on is whether we aren't renewing your contracts or they're just flat out released.
Hey, shut that door, man.
Because there's a bit of a difference to me,
You know what's gonna
especially
happen,
on
Angel?
time.
Didn't they just release Gallus, the whole tag team?
Yes. Who?
Mm-hmm.
Gallus? No, no.
Yeah, Gallus.
Katana, you mean?
No, the
And
guys.
Cadence?
No, the men's tag
No, they
team. They
still.
just released all three of those guys.
Yeah,
You
when?
sure
I
they
don't
just
know.
released them just now?
I don't know. I fell asleep during SmackDown. I don't even know what I missed. So
Because I seen
yeah.
Gallus on Evolve. I seen Gallus on Evolve not too
Yeah,
long
them
ago.
all down. They got released. I
Yeah,
don't
they
think that
they
happened.
didn't get released. I could have
Yeah,
sworn
they
I seen them
did.
on
They
Evolve.
did. They
You know
did.
what, Bars? I
Gallus got
think they're.
released.
I think
Gallus was released.
some
Oh
of these
wow, let me
guys that when
look.
they say release, I think some of them have been rearranged. Like they may no longer be on the main roster, but they'll be on either NXT or you'll see them on Evolve.
No,
You'll
they
see
got
them in
no.
other aspects. And I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody like Cora Jade sign with like TNA or something like that.
What, what do you
So
mean?
TNA is trying.
it's not like a lot of these guys are going to just disappear.
Okay,
So
but
So
this trade
yeah,
out here.
Gallus was released by WWE. Yes, they were released by the WWE.
I would
And
believe
as
okay,
for Cora Jade, she does not need to go to TNA because TNA is turning into WWE Light.
she may not need to go there, but that may be the best visibility for her.
I know, but you
I
know, you
mean,
know what they could have done, man. Just let her just go.
I don't know because how TNA is
Well,
looking, they going
hold
down.
on.
TNA is going
I
down, and
I have a question though, Zep. So, because that doesn't make sense to me. So you work with WWE and NXT. NXT has a partnership with TNA. So you get fired or released or whatever you want to call it from WWE to turn around and go work with their partnership company.
Didn't you just see the
Indy
TNA
Hartwell just
World
showed up in
Champion
TNA.
at WrestleMania?
I know, but isn't that kind of like a slap in the face? Like I wasn't good enough for you on the main roster of WWE, but like I get why they do it, but that just like leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Like
It is visibility not the best thing in wrestling? Does anybody not see that?
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying from like like from a standpoint
Where's she
of
gonna go?
You should just
she
trade her, man.
there's plenty of indies. Like I think
Okay.
Cora.
Now let me ask you something.
Oh, I didn't even
Realistically,
answer you, but
but
okay.
hold on, because I heard you say
Uh,
the indies. So I
I
want you to
didn't say
tell
the
me
indies.
something.
You said the indies.
You just
I
said there's
didn't get to
plenty of
finish.
indies.
I didn't
Okay,
get
go
to
ahead and
finish
finish.
like what I was saying.
Okay.
Like to me, like I think like Eddie Thorpe and I think Dakota. I think Dave will go to New Japan and start him. To be honest, I think he'll go back to New Japan, and I think a lot of them will probably go to Hog or Defy, and recalibrate everything. Like honestly, but to me, like to just be like, oh well, I got fired. Let me hop over to TNA. Like I don't know. Like I always want to know what is in Indy's mindset like for her to sign with TNA. Not saying it's not a good opportunity, but doesn't that like kind of bother you a little bit? Like you're going from WWE and now their partnership. Like it's just kind of weird, the circumstances behind it a little bit, and it's a little
I
off. You know what
Can
I'm
I
saying?
respond to
Like
that, boss?
I get
No,
Yeah,
I
you
go
get
good.
ahead.
that. I
Darkman, you see what I'm saying?
I,
Go
Okay,
I
ahead.
get
not
what you're saying, but then again, I'm like, I sent this to Bars earlier when all this first started. I said, what if they're just setting this up to where they just don't have to pay him, but they get to work with them still? Like somebody like a Braun Strowman, like, yeah, I don't have to pay you, but there's still a chance that we get to work with you. I mean, honestly,
exactly.
they're picking and choosing who they want to work with. I mean, you got Moose, they got Joe Hendry. I mean,
Yeah,
who else is really showing up on NXT from
none
TNA?
right
You know what
now
I mean?
aside from
No,
Joe.
So
besides,
Yeah,
they're not
none.
they're not really they're picking and choosing when and how they work with these guys. So being on TNA, I mean, you're still getting paid by TNA. You're still getting
Facts.
some wrestling exposure. You're still being able to do the thing you love. The one thing I hope is that none of them end up on AEW because they're going to end up in the same situation because AEW has the same problem with a bloated roster and not everybody getting on TV. So I feel
Yeah.
like I agree with you on Angel with this. There's GCW, there's MLW, there's Japan, there's a lot of other places, but WWE and AEW need to stay away from those. Well, we know they're going to stay with WWE, but AEW needs to stay away from them too.
There's no way, Darkwing. There's no way AEW is gonna stay away from every single person who got cut by the WWE. There's no way.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
get
tell
it.
you
I
right
get that.
now. I'm gonna tell you right
I see
now
maybe
that
two people.
I'm
who
gonna
did they get released?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. They're gonna go after Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler fits the AEW
Ring of
style.
Honor.
Yeah,
Facts.
they're gonna go after Shayna Baszler.
I figure she
They,
fit with GCW.
She'll probably
yeah,
appear in a few places.
She could still do GCW and still do Ring of Honor as well. Like
yeah.
AEW right
AEW is
now,
where she needs to be.
I don't think there's a really big spot for an AEW, but they do need another top female for Ring of Honor, and especially with Athena dropping the belt to whomever is next to move up, like she would be perfect there. With Marina, same. They would be perfect tag teaming if they bring those belts out, both of them put them together. That fire.
She might be the
In
only one.
AEW, she'd be an instant challenger to the women's title or to Mercedes holding
It's
the
bloated though.
the
You have
TBS,
Megan
TNT, or
Bates, the
whatever
next
title
future
she holds.
star. It's a bloated roster at the
Instant.
moment.
That's
Ring
what
of
I
Honor
She'll
mean.
needs
fit
to
Like
in just
help.
AEW,
perfectly.
they'll
It
be in the same situation at AEW at as they were in WWE. They're gonna get that first push like they always do in both companies. They give you that one initial push, and then what happens after that? You end up getting lost in the sauce. So what's
But
the point of
WWE gets
doing
a bigger
that?
Not
roster.
always true.
They got a bigger
Not
roster.
always true.
WWE.
Because if
very
it's
well
all
said.
after you get that initial boost, it depends on what you show. Ricochet got the boost; he made the best of it. What's Mike? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. The Karate Kid,
You mean
Speedball Mike Bailey.
Mike Bailey?
Mike Bailey. They gave him that instant pop, and you know what? You're still getting the visibility. Um,
What about Keith Lee?
Keith Lee has health issues. I
I mean,
mean,
they did the same
serious,
thing
and I
with.
don't mean little health
I
issues. I
mean, look
mean
at
serious
Wardlow.
health
They got all
issues.
these guys coming in, and now Wardlow is lost in the sauce. So now we're wondering, just like everybody
Well,
was wondering about
well,
a lot of
hold
the
on,
people.
hold
Wardlow had an
on,
injury, bro. He had an
hold on.
injury since last year, and he more than likely he's done.
All right.
Like
Yeah, I just read today
it's no.
that his contract is coming up. So, that
Yeah, it
I
is
actually
this
read that he's
summer.
been in talks with WWE too.
Yeah, I
So,
just was about to
Yeah,
say
this would
that.
be
I
his
just about to
second
say
go
that.
around,
Yeah.
mind you. So
As
we
well as
can't
some
put
other
everything
wrestlers
on
from
one
AEW.
company.
which to
Mariah
me,
May be on her way over there.
Yeah,
none of
Mariah
it makes
May.
sense. But I get what they're doing. I mean, like we said, I think it was a few weeks ago when this came up. This kind of stuff has been going on since the 80s and 90s, man. Like they're gonna go back and forth between all the companies. But
Years before that.
good thing about it is there are other little promotions like a GCW and MLW like that, to where you don't have to rely on an AEW and a WWE.
But some people want to work for the bigger promotions too, man. They want to work for the bigger ones like AEW, WWE.
There's a big difference between an MLW check and an AEW check or a TNA check. I'm just saying, though, usually the more visibility, a bigger check comes with it.
Yeah,
So
makes
is
sense.
TNA gonna get
I want to give OTR a chance to speak. So OTR, man, what you think about what's going on with these releases?
Shit, it was only just a matter of time. They do this before. They always do this before the summer starts. They release a bulk of the roster, but I'm not surprised. I mean, the main roster people, we barely see them on TV. I mean, Braun Strowman, yes, he had something going on with Jacob Fatu, which was to put Jacob Fatu over. But some of the other people like Shayna Baszler, when was the last time we seen Shayna Baszler? Where Royal Rumble, like Angel said? Last time we seen Dakota Kai, I think she fought Ivy now, or was it Lyra? I don't remember, but we really don't see these people that much. But them releasing Cora Jade was kind of surprising. Them releasing Jakar Jackson wasn't surprising because we all know they love Lash Legend. Like that's their like she was in the Royal Rumble for a reason, and like she had a big spot in the Royal Rumble, so I'm not surprised by that. Eddie Thorpe. I mean, to be honest, I'm not really the biggest Eddie Thorpe guy, so like, I
Eddie
mean,
Thorpe got cut because of what he did for Black History when he hit Trick Williams with that bull strap. They ain't let that one down. They said, "We got something for you. You out of here. Goodbye."
yeah,
He's a
I'm not the
scapegoat.
biggest.
They'll probably break. If that's why they got him out of here, don't be surprised if he comes back after a while.
He probably
So
go
I mean, I'm not surprised by these cuts at all. I mean, they do it. I mean, think about it: Jeff Cobb, Miro, Rusev, Aleister Black, Penta, Ray Phoenix. They just re-signed Gunther. They just re-signed Randy Orton.
who else is coming up?
It's just business. You got some people that just gotta go. Unfortunately, you know.
And you got
Facts.
and you
Jeff
got
Cobb
Hardys
and
are coming back
Rusev.
for their last run. That's confirmed.
What's
No,
what
I'm
happened?
The Hardys are coming back for a last run in WWE, and that got confirmed 2 days ago.
Wow, really?
and
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
it's
the only
just
thing they're waiting on the Dudley Boys to give like the final say if they can have their last match with them.
yeah, because Devon brought out his sons to face the Hardys and shit like that.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah,
and you
I,
know
I
they
don't
got
know if that was televised. I don't know about that, but yeah, I did see that on TikTok that Devon did. Devon was talking to the Hardys saying that the Dudleys are the best decorated tag team ever, and my sons are about to be the next decorated tag team, and he brought out his sons. I was like,
so
dang, Devon.
so
Wow.
like
Okay.
I
They
was
were
just saying
actually in
though.
AEW for a
But
little
as
while.
we're seeing
Yeah, it was.
everybody leave, make sure you pay attention to who's coming in as well. Because not only do we already have people here, there's so many people that are coming in from Evolve
Yeah,
to like the Indies to like
yeah.
like scratch my back, let me pay off your contract and you come over here type of thing.
And then people
So
getting re-signed too, so it's like
yeah, it's
it's a
WWE's
business,
a
bro.
mess, man. And
Yeah.
I said it last week. WWE can buy out anything it wants to, but the only thing that's going to burn WWE to the ground is WWE,
Yeah,
and their
One
decision
thing
making
makes
is
about
clearly
sense.
trash.
one thing about like when people get released, it's like it can help them out too because now they can actually go somewhere, reinvent themselves. They can be rejuvenated because when people in WWE in the bloated roster, they really just sitting and catering all the time, and they just sitting there. They really don't get a chance to work. Like Karrion
Dana
Cross,
Baszler's
they
on
have to be
TikTok making
on.
stews.
Yeah, you got to be on Twitter promoting videos and promoting promos because you're not gonna get no TV time. I mean, you know, business have their favorites, and you know, some people just have to get off the chopping block. Some people just have to go, and I'm just so unfortunate because I hate to see it, but I mean, there's nothing we can do about it, you know.
and I was
Bars,
surprised.
can I add on something what OTR said that I thought was interesting? He just said that with everything moving around, there's only so many spots. This is the one thing that got me for a lot of last year. I need to bring up Carmelo Hayes for a minute. A lot of people were on WWE. Why isn't Carmelo Hayes getting these wins? Why isn't he getting the title when Braun Breaker is? Why isn't he this? Why isn't he that? And the whole time I'm sitting there saying, we see this guy on TV every week. There's an obvious plan for him in the future. The main thing is to be seen. If you
Right.
long as someone once told me, as long as you're a part of the story, you are secure. He clearly is a part of their narrative going forward.
Yeah.
It's not like he was a hidden figure we never saw,
Explain that
but
though.
once in a blue moon.
Don't say that to Chris, because Chris will jump your ass for that.
Explain
I
that
don't
though,
care what
because
he got
they've
to
been
say. He knows that.
yo.
I'm gonna say what I Chris knows me. He knows I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. He can say what he wants to say. That's his opinion. I respect his opinion. He's gonna respect mine. But so be it. The fact is did anybody here not see Carmelo on TV for more than 1 or 2 weeks at a time? Anyone?
You right. I
I
mean,
mean,
you
you
right.
right. You right, but
But he's with the
That's
Miz,
because
bro.
at the
Come
very
on.
least
Oh, I'm
he was
not
a
arguing
part
with
of
you,
a
bro. I
story.
I completely agree with you. I think having FaceTime on the TV means a lot, even if you're not like. How
Yeah.
many times did you see his face during that Miz and Aleister Black match?
During the whole match.
Exactly. I'm in agreement with you. I just was in Chris's live one day and he was going off about people saying that. That's all I was saying.
the
The
you
reason
always
is that we both believe, like, I understand what Chris is saying, I understand what you're saying, Zap. Just in my opinion, this is just my opinion only, and I don't care if people agree with me or not. There's a difference with being just on television and actually being utilized in the ring and actually being showcased in the ring. And that's where, for me, I don't feel like, is it now happening for Mello? Yes. Was it happening before? No. Because, for example, Metal 4 was showcased how many different times, and now look where we stand. So
Angel, can
there's
I ask you a
wrestlers.
question? Can I ask you a question though? Did you like Melo's best of seven series that he had with Andrade?
Yes and no, because most of it was on speed or on, like, I just didn't always care for it. But yes, for the most part, because I like Andrade. I feel Andrade should be doing much more than what he's
Andrade barely
currently
on
being
TV too.
showcased.
Okay. Well, I just wanted your opinion. Okay.
I
So
want to
that's what I'm
answer.
saying, Bars. Like, there's just a difference, in my opinion, on different formats of being utilized.
Yeah, I want to answer. I want to answer two questions that was put in the comment section in the chat section. So Blake said that Wendy Chu and Nikita Lyons are still employed by WWE, which is true, but you got to understand something too, Blake. If they got a plan for you, they're not gonna let you go. It don't matter. It
Facts.
don't matter where they. It don't matter where they place you. Now, Wendy Chu currently is in Evolved because I seen a few matches with her in it. She's currently in Evolved. So and the Kitty Lions, we already know she was injured a bunch of times, and she just now is getting ready to get back on TV. What they gonna do with her, I don't
She's in
know.
Evolve as
So
well.
so
They
she
announced it
so
She
yesterday.
out
Nikita
here with books and
Okay, yeah,
twerking
you're
on
right, you're
Instagram.
right, you're right,
so
you're right. She
Nikita
is going
Lion
to evolve.
so Nikita Lion is basically, like I like to say, he's a lion who's being developed and still going through developmental processes, basically diabolical development. He's a, like, you look at it like he, I mean, because I know they released a story today, this morning, and it just goes to show she's being put into development when she's already trying to develop.
What
And
was
hope
that?
to be see.
What was that? Now I didn't hear. I didn't hear the last part.
No, I was saying that she's basically developing, but now she's being put back into developmental stages
Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, that
to be
makes
better
sense.
developed.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
And Terrell, so you asked the question. You say, do we think that Eddie's racial promo unalived him? No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. I mean, because honestly, we know the company's MAGA. but we're not even gonna act like that's a big thing because they obviously don't care. I think what the problem was that Eddie Thorpe, he had a little run and then that was it. He was done. Like they really didn't utilize him. They only utilized him for Black History Month when he wanted to use a bull strap on Trick Williams. He still lost to Trick Williams, but however, other than that, after his little run that he had, after that little storyline between him and Trick, that was it.
Yeah,
Where did Eddie come from?
he's Indian.
No,
He's
he's Indies.
no, he's Indian. That's his net.
No,
That's
brother.
his.
I know.
It's
I know.
indigenous.
No. He
and
meant
came
where did
from
he come from
Japan.
wrestling wise?
Okay. Oh, my bad.
He
My
was
bad.
in he was in New Japan, and the word is
My fault.
indigenous.
My fault.
From New Japan? That's crazy, and he sucks like that.
He said Indian.
That's crazy.
I just don't think he had I don't think that specific promo is what
Crazy
hurt
word.
him. I think they wrote him something, he got a pop, and then it just fluttered. It didn't hit the same afterwards. He needs more help. He needs more guidance and to really showcase it because it fell flat.
He's that Tyson Kidd guidance.
Yeah,
That's
somebody.
what he needs.
What you say, OJ? You said you heard Austin Theory was going to get released too? I don't believe
he's
that.
not getting released.
I heard the rumor.
Austin Theory.
Nah, not Austin Theory.
Let me say something. Austin Theory
I don't see Austin Theory getting
and Logan.
released.
Austin
Bars,
Theory
I'm
is
gonna
basically Logan Paul full time right now.
Bars,
Eric
I'm gonna
is
say this: if
full-time.
we don't see Austin Theory sometime soon, it wouldn't surprise me as much as it would some of y'all. But
Conscious.
just saying that we need to see an appearance from him by SummerSlam. Just saying.
Nikita Lyons just showed up in TNA.
Oh yeah,
Great.
she showed up at TNA when? What episode? Because I watched TNA
8 minutes ago. 8 minutes ago. she
Good
just
for
showed
her.
up.
Good for her.
They're probably taping. I don't know if it's an episode.
Yeah, it's a taping.
Yeah. That's crazy work, though. We were just talking about that.
Wow.
Good timing, folks. Good timing. Shit.
Wow. Okay. Well, hey, like I said,
It don't mean anything because Metaphor was in TNA. Wendy Chu was doing great in TNA, and they pulled her. She was doing awesome work with Rosemary.
Did Cora
Cora
Jade
Jade
do
was
anything in TNA, or
Cora
did she just
Jade
show up?
had multiple matches with Misha for
Oh,
the
that's
belt.
right. My bad.
Like,
That's right.
I'm
So
still
honestly,
Bars.
working with TNA don't
confused
mean
now.
nothing because most of those people just got released.
Bars
TNA
for
is
those
Stevie
that
Dolan just
believe.
got
WWE in
released.
2008
For those that
before it got
believe
trashed.
that the state of women's wrestling is still, excuse the expression, TNA, then somebody like Nikita Lyons, is going to be given every opportunity in this industry to succeed and given the visibility because she is easy.
WWE and its music team, Unalive Rebel is now being utilized to help UFC create
Didn't I just say
entrance
that?
theme songs.
Didn't I just say that?
Oh, it's gonna be garbage.
So what?
It's
So
gonna
what
be
I missed? So what
terrible.
happened now?
You watch UFC?
Yeah, of course.
Hold on, Prime. I gotta find it.
That Rebel's about to make their theme songs,
Yeah.
homie.
Yeah, he's saying that the same people that made
Thank you.
WWE theme songs is now going to be making UFC fighter theme songs.
Yup.
So that means you won't
Look
be
at his face.
you won't
Look
be
at
able to exactly. You're not going to be able to really identify them
Oh,
with
that's
popular
crazy
music
work.
or their songs anymore.
Come on, like
That's
what?
weird because they were
That's
using actual
garbage.
licensed music for a lot of their entrances. That's weird.
Yeah. Terrible.
You know what? Maybe I'm with it to a point. Maybe you should be able to establish yourself as like a top 7 contender or a top 10 contender to get your own music. Maybe it's just the cost of paying all those licensing music that's unnecessary. I mean, if it's your first time in the UFC, do you really need music?
Man, listen. Look.
I mean,
I'm with
if
you. I'm just trying to
you
throw
know,
something out there.
if I know I'm about to get my ass whooped, I'm playing Till I Collapse by Eminem either way. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm taking the W or the L, I'm not coming out where it's saying my name and then it plays some dumb genie.
UFC is becoming so WWE like it's not even funny. Ever since this merger that they had
TKO.
with WWE and TKO all under one
They knocked
umbrella with
themselves out.
UFC, it becoming so WWE like okay, I understand original music, I get it, but like who uses original music when it comes to professional sports, not in wrestling entertainment, in professional sports? Do the boxers use original music? Do
Yeah.
some of them
It,
do?
was, it depends on
CM Punk
where
does.
they're at, and also
Most boxers use real music.
Just like most UFC
again,
fighters
can
use real
I
music too.
finish without being cut off? It depends on where they're at, because not every company wants to, again, do the licensing or having to pay for music. It
Yeah, that's
depends on
true.
where they're at. Like, for example, Canelo sometimes will use mariachis and not do like an original song all the time. Like he'll do something different. Ryan Garcia used to do the same thing. It just depends on one, the showcase, how big the match is, and if that promoter is going to use it or not. It just varies.
Wow. Okay, I mean, when you say it like that, it does make sense. Because I remember one time Swerve Strickland was in an interview, and if anybody follows Swerve Strickland's career in MLW, he used to play the Shaka Khan joint. That used to be his theme song for his. He'd be like, "Ain't nobody." He used to play that. So
Yeah.
he said in the interview that AEW didn't want to keep paying for the licensing as far as like using the music.
Every time he comes out.
Yeah,
Because what if he came out 3 times in one show? That's money
yeah,
they're gonna get. So
exactly.
like it starts to add up. So that's why some will use it, some won't. Like it just depends on the situation. And then we wonder why like maybe a theme song got taken away. Well, it might have gotten expensive or rebranding or whatever. But I think it just depends. Like
Nah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
But bars and wrestling, it makes sense because you may see a wrestler multiple times during the show. You're not going to see one boxer turn up 4 or 5 times during the show. You're going to see him show up for his fight. He's not, even if he were to make an appearance after somebody's fight to challenging him, he's not coming out the music.
Yeah.
Golden Boy
The only
Productions
time a
though
boxer
is
comes out
like,
the music is when he's getting ready to fight. That's it.
but Golden Boy, like their production, the one that Carnelo was with, were fucking petty. They didn't want to pay for shit. They didn't want to pay anything. Hold on a second.
And
But that's Oscar
Canelo,
De La Hoya. He trash anyway.
but then after Canelo, like Canelo's one of their top guys too. Canelo like got mostly all the belts. Damn, he like in almost every weight class. You
But
know
he
what I'm
not
saying?
fighting nobody. He don't want to fight the top guys.
Uh,
And he about to lose to Terrence Crawford when they fight later on this year.
yeah, that's right. He
Well,
is
I'm
about
just
to
saying he
fight
won't.
Terence
The
Crawford.
guy in his weight class is David Benavidez. That's the number one guy, and Canelo won't fight him.
And
Benavidez has
Yeah,
Benavidez,
called him.
because
Benavidez.
Benavidez has
Canelo
called him out many times, and Canelo will
because
not
Canelo won't
respond.
fight him, Benavidez went up in weight, and now he's about to
Canelo will fight him when
fight
the time
Bivo.
is right. He's fighting tomorrow, so he'll fight when the time is right.
Never.
Well, Benavidez went
Yeah,
up in
Jay.
weight anyway,
See,
so
Bars, read what Jay just said.
He said, in today's boxing PLEs on dance, no one uses original music. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense.
It just depends on the situation. Most of the time, though, they're not like money right now is the big thing. Like boxing isn't what it used to be.
That's true. That's true. I definitely
Like
believe that.
we used to watch it all the time, like Carvajal and all them, like all the time. Like watch all of that stuff, and it's not what it used to be.
I used to watch boxing with Mike Tyson versus Holyfield where he got his ear bit off.
John, you just said what the difference was. Boxing is great when the heavyweight division was the thing. Since then, you've had middleweights, you've had welterweights, but it's always been at its prime or its best when the heavyweights were great. That's not the case anymore.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
yeah, because their best heavyweight these days is a guy who came up from what is it, middleweight all the way up to heavyweight, and now he holds all the belts. Usyk, Alexander
Deservedly
Usyk.
so.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I'm just saying, it's like where the true, excuse me, where the true heavyweights at. You know what I mean? Like Tyson Fury, he was up there, and then he even got beat twice by Usyk, so he's down. Wilder should retire. Joshua ain't the same anymore, so it's like it's just Usyk and whoever's gonna lose to him.
Yeah, and Wilder about to fight again. He about to fight somebody again soon.
Why? Why?
I don't know. I don't know. He about to fight again though. He about to fight some guy. I never heard of the guy, but he about to fight him
I
pretty
hope
real
he's getting
soon.
paid well.
He might be. He might be from what I'm saying.
Any of
Say
y'all see that card tonight?
what card?
It was put on by Golden Boy in Times Square. It was Garcia and Raleigh Romero, Haney and some no name, and uh, Teofimo Lopez.
Nah, I ain't seen that.
Yeah,
I haven't
Haney
Yeah,
seen.
looked
He's got knocked
Haney
out
Ryan
looked
before.
Garcia
bad,
and Rolly. It was Ryan Garcia and Rolly
and Rolly,
Romero.
yeah, yeah.
And I know
Rolly beat
Rolly
him too.
Rolly knocked him down in a second. He had
He's
him like
Who
done.
did
rocked.
hit him with two hooks.
Mm.
I mean, he ain't on the roids no more, so he looked different. I'm just saying. I love boxing, man. I love boxing. Boxing to me is right underneath wrestling for me. I love
I
boxing,
agree.
and yeah, Garcia being on them roids and put on that beating on Haney that he did, and then come out and then get knocked down in the second round by
He's
Romero
on
and up
more than
losing.
just,
Like,
but
oh
he's
yeah,
on more
definitely.
than just roids. Like he
And
on
it
way
showed
more.
tonight.
He
Hey,
on
Yeah, it
shit,
showed
Darkwing.
booger.
tonight.
Darkwing, did Haney win?
Yeah, Haney won, but he looked terrible winning too. He looked real bad. He looked like he was scared. He was scared to get hit, so he was dancing majority of the fight.
He ain't never been a knockout artist.
No. But he, he throw punches. He wasn't throwing punches. He was too busy trying not to get hit because that beating that Garcia put on him is still in the back of his head. And they were talking about Antonio Tarver was on the commentary, and Antonio Tarver was even commenting on it, it's like he's scared to get hit.
Mm.
Ryan Garcia is in his head. He's scared to get hit.
Mm. That's interesting.
That's boxing.
That's interesting. So, what y'all think of, like, speaking of releases? So we know Alberto El Patron has been released too from AAA.
Did that get
Is
confirmed?
it?
Because I thought that
Is
was
that confirmed? Confirmed? Because it was a rumor. It has been a rumor since the moment that acquisition happened.
I'll look it up.
Nah, he put a post on his IG about like hinting to the release or whatever like that. You could check his IG. There's a posting on his IG, or you could just check on Google. Like there's something put out there about possible release. Like
Do you,
recently
do
information.
you see him? Do you see him going anywhere? Like as far as the majors are concerned?
Um, let's just say this, right? We can't never say never when it comes to professional wrestling because it's always a possibility that you know he could show up anywhere. Um, well, do I feel like he could come back to WWE at some point in time? Possibly, but I also feel like he could go to another promotion, like 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 I said, like nothing is off the table. You know what I mean? We could. He was at one point in time. He was in TNA for a short stint. He might want to go back over there. You know what I'm saying? Or he might want to try something different and go to AEW. Like regardless of how bloated these rosters might get, any given time, it says what Alberto was released less than 2 weeks after WWE purchase. Yeah,
But
is
he
that
got paid
confirmed?
for
Is
AEW.
that confirmed,
No,
Terrell?
I don't see anything. I don't see anything on his Instagram saying he was released. He talked about his journey and all his belts and stuff, and I've been looking it up. Okay, I'll look
It
again.
says
Hold on.
his that he's still there, but his place in AAA is still unclear because some are claiming on WWE side that it's a hard no with working with him, but he's
Oh,
still there.
okay,
But
okay.
his future at AAA is still unclear because there is reports going around. All I saw when I typed it in was reports.
Bars,
Conan
I gotta
said he
believe
did
that
an
if
interview.
I gotta believe that if Paige is really on her way back to the WWE, that this would definitely be a hard no for him to be associated with them.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
You think they want
that's
her
true.
back? You think they want her back in the roster? That's that situation.
It's
Yeah.
just a rumor. Nothing's been clarified at this point, but there's a
They're,
lot of speculation.
they're moving
Conan
Andrade
did
to
an
Raw because of
interview
Charlotte.
as the booker and said he didn't know. That's what's going around. Like he can't say yes, he can't say no. It's not up to him. He's just the booker of the show.
Mm-hmm.
But Alberto is still associated as of right
Yeah, he's
now
still their
with
champion still.
AAA.
So
He's still their champion. Nothing's been taken off of him. He
Mm-hmm.
was
it's just
only
his
thing that's
future's
happened
uncertain.
is his suspension.
Which
Okay.
I don't. I won't be. I mean, I won't be shocked if if he does get released.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be shocked one bit. But also, like, I don't know. That's a hard. I mean, that's a weird thing to talk about. To be honest.
Yeah, I get it. I definitely get it. Yeah. Well, guys, I just wanted to come up on the live and hear your opinions about what had transpired with these releases. What I mean? It's pretty interesting. Like, and honestly speaking, I feel like there's gonna be more releases to come.
It will.
Definitely feel like there's gonna be more releases to come. I don't think it's over yet. I think there's gonna be some more empty houses coming up. It's real soon.
I hope not.
Unfortunately, it will happen. That's the nature of
Yeah,
the industry, man.
yeah. So I'm a
One good thing that's come out of this is that we know this happens every year after WrestleMania too. So there's that.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I don't know what you guys are gonna be doing tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to get on tomorrow too, and chop it up with y'all. So if y'all around, you know what I mean, I'll definitely be sending out invites and stuff. But well, of course I'm going to be on. I forgot I'm going to Collision. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be on. I'm going to be in the front row. Just watch Collision. You might
For
see
sure.
me. I decided I was going to wear this shirt, but I said I'll just make it like a sign. BARZ Wrestling Media shirt
Yes,
right
sir.
here. Right here. I'm going to be floating that joint around with my son. You know what I mean? Right in the
All
front
right.
row. So y'all gonna see me there. Yeah,
Hey,
but
man, enjoy yourself. We definitely gonna be looking for you.
all right, man. I'll talk to y'all again soon, man. Peace out, man. Have a good night, y'all.
All right,
All right.
later.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Take it easy.
You too, bro. You too, bro. I'm gonna call you, bro.
All right.
All right. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. That is the opinion of the people when it comes to the whole situation of these releases. And I tell you, I definitely feel like there'll be more releases to come. So anyway, with that being said, it's your boy S, and this is BARZ Wrestling Media, and we'll be back with another one. Salute.